Something moves through the submersible lights. You can see straight through its body. Its organs hang inside it, like machinery behind glass. And it was only one creature in a wave of discoveries, now rising from places almost nobody had seen. In a single year, more than 1,100 marine species were added to the known record. Roughly 3 new forms of ocean life. For every day of the year, they had been living beneath us the entire time. While our picture of the deep ocean remained almost empty, the first barely looked solid. A glass squid, drifting through the beam with its organs visible through its own body. From a distance, it almost disappears. Only its eyes and the dark machinery inside it give away where the animal ends and the water begins. Creatures like this were always difficult to collect. Nets didn't reveal them. They turned them into fragments. Then something thinner enters the light, a gossamer worm, so delicate that the journey required to prove it exists can destroy the proof. For decades, an animal like this could be caught, damaged, and discarded before anyone understood that the wreckage had once been something alive. And the deeper the expeditions went, the less these discoveries looked like isolated accidents. Then a siphonophore curls through the light, ribbon thin, and flashes from within. Not reflected light, light produced inside the animal itself. The darkness is full of signals. We are only beginning to notice them. But the next discovery wasn't a new body. It was a moment the deep ocean had never allowed us to witness. A 7-armed octopus closes around a jellyfish. It isn't merely being seen. It's being caught in the middle of a behavior researchers had almost no chance of observing from a dead specimen on a table. A dead specimen can show you anatomy. It cannot show you a life. The problem was no longer that the ocean hid strange animals. It was that nearly everything we knew about them came from bodies removed from the world that made them possible. Then the timeline changes. A ghost shark glides through the beam with wing-like fins and a face that looks unfinished. Part fish, part fossil. It comes from a lineage almost 400 million years old. 400 million years of survival. And science is still finding species inside this ancient lineage that never entered the record. And finally, the smallest creature in the sequence causes the largest problem. A tiny amphipod, shrimp-like, small enough to overlook. Its body looked ordinary enough to miss. Its genetics did not. It didn't fit inside the branch where science expected to place it. The map of life didn't just have an empty name on it. It had an empty branch. Which means the real question isn't what any of these things are. It's why we're only finding out now. Off Japan, scientists returned to a deep-sea region that had yielded only 14 known cold seep species. Then the cameras reached the bottom. One expedition documented 80, not scattered survivors, an ecosystem that had been there the entire time, almost completely absent from everything we thought we knew about the place. And location was only the first blind spot. Even when we reached the right place, the way we searched could erase what lived there. A net descends through total darkness. It closes around animals that evolved without bones, without armor, without any firm structure at all. Then it begins the climb. Pressure drops, temperature changes. Delicate bodies collide with the mesh and with each other. By the time that net reaches the ship, the animal scientists wanted to understand may no longer resemble the thing that was alive below. We weren't missing the animals. We were destroying the evidence on the way up, which means some of the creatures that looked impossible weren't rare, because the ocean only produced a few of them. They were rare because our methods made them almost impossible to see alive. So scientists stopped treating every animal as something that had to be dragged upward. They brought the laboratory down. The animal stayed alive. Its body stayed intact. Underwater, scientists could watch delicate structures working inside it, structures that older methods had never preserved intact. The problem should have been solved. But seeing something alive is only the beginning. More than a decade can pass before a collected animal officially enters the scientific record. Until then, it may exist as nothing more than a body in a jar, and a number nobody has had time to understand. Found. Stored. Still absent from the record, and the ocean does not pause while science catches up. That amphipod that didn't fit anywhere on the tree of life, the one nobody could place, It came from a stretch of seafloor that mining companies are already preparing to extract from. A machine can reach the habitat before the name does, and that changes what every new species headline actually means. A habitat can be mapped for extraction before the animals living there are even entered into the record. Some may be collected once, stored once, and never encountered alive again. A body in a jar, a coordinate in a logbook, no formal name, no one tracking its survival, no second encounter. The discovery rate isn't evidence that the ocean changed. It's evidence that our picture of it was built from an extremely narrow sample all along. Every new creature does not make the deep ocean stranger. It reveals how little of it our old picture ever contained. The ocean was always this alive. We were looking at almost none of it,